Hello and welcome back to the Neck for Adventure YouTube channel. My name is AJ and I'm very excited for today's YouTube video. As an action sports athlete, I often get asked what I do in the off season to prepare me to participate in these sports, specifically skiing. And for the past couple years, I've really just answered yoga. Yoga helps with stability, mobility, balance, strength, and some unexpected perks that I've seen is just an improved overall mind-body connection, mindset, and breath. And I believe in this modality so much that I went and got my yoga teacher training certification so that I can be knowledgeable to share this philosophy with my community. And I kind of wanted to combine these two worlds, this yoga world and this action sports world, specifically skiing. And I wanted to create a series of just short flows that you can use in conjunction with this sport. This is the third installment of the Ski Yoga Flow series, and it is going to be focusing on strength. So working the legs, working the core, and creating a functional strength that also allows mobility, stability, and balance. Let's get started. We're beginning today standing up, just finding mountain pose. Our feet are hip distance apart, shoulders rolled back, palms facing forward, chest open. Maybe the eyes can close or the gaze can soften. And just taking a moment here to find our breath, begin our practice. Elongating the inhales and exhales. Beautiful. Let's get started on some movement. And we'll just swing our arms around. We're just being little kids today. Maybe they swing around and hit our hips. Just let them flop around. Warming up the upper body, loosening the arms. As we warm up, we can go a little bit faster. Remembering to still elongate our breaths. I believe this is called knocking on heaven's door. And we're just getting started. All right, let's stop and just feel for a moment the energy that we've created. Maybe tingly fingertips, tingles in our shoulders. Great. All right, let's step to the front of our mat. Feet are still hip distance apart. Inhaling the arms up, overhead, and as we exhale, sitting back in our chair. So flexing the hips, flexing the knees. We don't have to go very far. Maybe hands come down through heart center. Imagining that we're holding a block in between our knees, activating the thighs, pulling the knees together while also pulling the outside of the thighs away from each other. Also pressing into the floor, tucking our ribs in, bringing our belly button back to our spine. There's a lot going on here. Maybe finding a point in front of you to focus on. Beautiful. On your next inhale, let's drop a little bit lower. And exhale, forward fold. Releasing that tension, maybe shaking out the legs. Inhale, bringing our hands to our shins or our thighs, flattening out the back, engaging the core to create a nice table. And exhale, release back to forward fold. Planting the hands, stepping or walking our feet back into downward facing dog. The knees are nice and bent, The spine is elongated. Arms are nice and straight, but still engaged. Elbows facing towards the front of our mat. Maybe pedaling out one foot and then the other. Great. Let's inhale, look in between our hands, stepping our right foot in between our palms. Let's bring the arms up, overhead, into high lunge. Really bringing the ribs in. We don't want them poking out. We want to bring them in. Holding that imaginary block in between our hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, opening up to the left side, warrior two. Arms and palms are reaching away from each other. Flexing that right knee, looking over the middle finger on the right hand. Remember to breathe. Inhale, flipping the palms, sweeping it up and over our head, reversing the warrior. Our left hand can come to our left leg or maybe behind our back. Reaching that right hand up to the ceiling. Beautiful. On our next inhale, let's reach up a little bit higher and exhale, right elbow comes to right knee. Side angle. Maybe that left arm can peel up away from the body, either looking down at the ground or up at the fingertips for a little balance challenge. Beautiful. On your next inhale, let's sweep that left arm down towards the ground, up, back into high lunge. We're gonna make a big step with our left foot as we slowly, with control, bring it up and over so the left ankle is on the right knee. Sitting back down into that chair in figure four chair. Finding a point in front of you to focus, to balance. Hands come to heart center. Embrace the wobbles. We're working that right leg. Taking one more inhale here and exhale, release the left leg back down to the ground, forward fold. Shaking out that right leg. Beautiful. Inhale, hands come to thighs or shins, halfway lift. Pulling in the belly button, and exhale, release down to forward fold. Palms come to the mat as we step or walk our feet back to downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Front of the elbows facing towards the front of the mat. And if you'd like to here, let's take an optional vinyasa. So shifting forward into plank. The weight comes a little bit over our palms as we bend the elbows, lowering ourselves down in chaturanga. Inhale up to cobra or up dog. Tops of thighs hit the mat. And exhale, pushing our hips up and back in downward facing dog. Whew. Great, let's get ready for the other side. All right, on our next inhale, let's look in between our hands, stepping the left foot in between the palms. Bringing the hands up and overhead into high lunge. Remembering to tuck the ribs in, shoulders away from the ears. Holding that block in between our hands. Taking a nice big inhale here, and exhale, opening up to the right side, warrior two. Left hand reaching out in front of us, right hand reaching out behind. Fingertips away from each other. Flexing that front knee. Our next inhale, flipping the front palm, Sweeping it up overhead, reversing our warrior. Right hand can come to our right leg for support, or maybe behind the small of our back. Flex into that front knee. Beautiful. Inhale here to lengthen, and exhale, left elbow comes to left knee, side ankle. Keeping our legs in the same position. Right hand reaches for the sky. Taking a nice big inhale here, and exhale, staying light on that left knee. Trying to use our core to help keep our upper body. Beautiful. Inhale here, and exhale. Inhale, sweeping the arm down and up, coming into high lunge. Pivoting on the back foot. And here is where we take our big step. Slowly, with control, shifting the weight onto the left foot as we bring our right ankle onto the left knee. Bring our hands down to heart center, sitting back in figure 4 chair. Welcoming the shakes, welcoming the wobbles. Letting our mind wander to how our body feels. Noticing where you're feeling it. Coming back to your breath. Let's take one more inhale here, and exhale, releasing that right leg back down to the ground, forward fold. Really rounding through that spine, shaking out the left leg. Inhale, halfway lift, hands comes to shins or thighs, flat back. And exhale, planting the hands, bending the knees, stepping back to downward facing dog. Now it's time for another optional vinyasa. Either stay here in downward facing dog or shift the weight forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, halfway, or what is this? Cobra or up dog. And downward facing dog. Great job. Let's do one more on both sides. All right, this is going to be more vinyasa style, so one breath per one movement. A little bit faster now. Inhale, look in between the hands, stepping the right foot in between the palms, rising up to high lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse the warrior. And exhale, side angle. Inhale, high lunge, pivoting on the back foot. And exhale, figure 4 chair, hands to heart center. Staying here for a couple breaths. Great job. Let's do one more. And exhale, forward fold. Ooh. Shake out the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, planting the hands, stepping or walking back to downward facing dog. Another optional vinyasa here. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Whew. We're building some heat now. Let's do the other side. Inhale, looking in between the hands. Left foot steps in between. High lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, big step. Figure 4 chair. Staying here for just a couple more inhales, a couple more exhales. Remembering to bring the belly button back to the spine. With each exhale, sink into the pose just a little bit further. Taking one more inhale here. Exhale, forward fold, releasing back down to the mat. Whew. Great job, everyone. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping back to downward facing dog. And this is your last chance for that optional vinyasa, either staying here in downward facing dog or inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Oh, let's take a break, slowly releasing our knees down to the mat, bringing the knees wide or keeping them as is, and tucking the tailbone back towards the heels, arms reaching out in child's pose. Forehead is on the mat. Maybe rolling the head side to side to give your head a little massage. Just resting here as we begin to slow down our practice. Inhale back up to all fours, bringing our feet to one side so we can sit back in butterfly. Soles of the feet together. Knees can be as bent as you'd like. Using our elbows to help just slightly push down our knees. Stretching through the inner thighs, helping to release any tension. Great. All right, using our hands, let's push our knees together as we slowly roll down onto our backs. Soles of the feet are on the mat, knees are up. Bringing our heels towards our seat. Hands to the sides of our body. Taking a nice big inhale here, and as we exhale, pushing the hips up towards the ceiling, bridge pose. Maybe tucking the shoulder blades underneath. Remembering to bring in the ribs, engaging the core, bringing the belly button back to the spine. Pulling our knees together, almost like we're holding a pillow or a block in between our legs. Staying here for one more breath. Inhale and exhale with control. Bringing back down to the mat. Counter stretch with our knees to our chest, hugging them in. Maybe rolling side to side, giving our spine a little massage. Great. Let's bring the soles of our feet back down to the mat. Picking up our hips, let's shift them to the right. So then our knees can come to the left side of our body. Hands can cactus out, bent at 90 degrees. A nice supine twist. Coming into the full extension by looking over our right shoulder. Letting any tension from our body just melt away and release. Breathing into the right side body. Great job using our core. Let's bring our knees back up to center. Shifting our hips to the left Knees fall down to the right. Coming to the other side for this supine twist. Looking over the left shoulder if it's comfortable for your neck. Fully wringing out the body. Just breathing here. Great. Let's bring the knees back up to center, hugging them into the chest. One more time. Thanking ourselves for showing up today, doing some work, moving the body, strengthening the body, taking any last minute poses before we meet in our final resting pose of Shavasana. Legs are fully spread out, feet splayed open, arms are slightly away from the body, giving them plenty of room. Take up space. Just letting ourselves rest. Our legs worked a lot during this practice. Our core worked a lot. Our upper body, our mind. Shavasana is a time to just let the effects of our practice sink in. Let the sweetness, the discipline, all melt into our body together. Letting any thoughts that might pop up into your brain, just let them flow in and out like a river. No judgment, no anxiety of what is to come. Letting the past be in the past. And just allowing ourselves to be here in Shavasana for the next couple minutes. Let's slowly start to bring awareness back into the body. Just wiggling the fingertips, wiggling the toes, pumping the wrists, pumping the ankles. Maybe bringing our arms up overhead. Nice big stretch. Tips of our fingers, the tips of our toes. Nice big side stretch to either side. Taking your time to find yourself in a fetal position on either side. Using your arm as a little rest, a little pillow for your head. Just letting yourself be here a little bit longer, listening to the sound of your breath, the sound of your heartbeat. And when you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, feeling it in your body as you sit in a seated position. Just easy pose, cross the legs, roll the shoulders back, palms come to the knees. Taking a couple last minute breaths here. Let's bring the arms up overhead, palms come together, down through heart center, thumbs come to the sternum. Let's inhale together, in through the nose. Exhale out loudly through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Hold at the top very briefly and exhale loudly through the mouth. One more time. Inhale steadily through the nose. Hold at the top and exhale loudly through the mouth. Slowly open our eyes. Come back into this space. Thank you so much for joining me for this short and sweet strength ski yoga flow. Head to the Neck for Adventure page to check out some more ski yoga flows, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks so much for watching, and keep on crushing.